Do I need a megaphone, mate? Do I need a megaphone, mate? Could you hear me loud and clear?
I can hear you.
Good. I had trouble finding the toilet, mate. Why not?
Breach of the peace.
Breach of the peace? Who's peace?
Child molester is in their midst. Automatically. Unless required by law.
Sorry, mate, are you saying we're breaking the law by using our megaphones?
I've asked you not to use...
You're advising me. That's okay.
I've asked you not to use the megaphone.
Are you saying I'm breaking the law if I use a megaphone?
We're not going to use the megaphone if you're doing a peaceful protest, no.
You're saying I'm not allowed to, and I'll be breaking the law if I use my megaphone?
You'll be possibly causing a breach of the peace.
So no one's in the country is allowed to use a megaphone, is that what you're saying?
Well, you're specifically...
It's an organised event, this. We phoned in at 6 o'clock for this. You guys have had plenty of notice.
We're asking you to move on.
You're asking us to move on now?
Yeah, I've asked you to move on, yeah.
We're not moving on. And you're saying if I use my megaphone, I'm breaking the law?
I said you could possibly be causing a...
I could possibly, thank you very much, that's great.
That's why I've asked you not to use it.
Because it possibly.
Yeah,
thank you.
He's on side, but there's been a call in Margate to say that we've done something.
Oh yeah.
We've got it all on film, mate.
It's all on film, you see it on YouTube. We used to go to court and playing YouTube stuff, and you know, we're used to it, mate. Jehovah's Witnesses regularly send out child molesters from door to door. Ask to see the congregation's child protection policy. If a little child of one of Jehovah's Witnesses comes to you crying that they've been molested by a fellow Jehovah's Witness, we ask that you please phone the police. Just phone the police. Leave it to the experts. The police are the experts. We ask that you please phone the police in allegations of child molesting. That's why the police are here. Jehovah's Witness organisation, Watchtower Bible and Tract Society organisation, pay out millions of pounds in out-of-court settlements for allowing child molesters to freely prey on the children of Jehovah's Witnesses.
But you may be shocked to learn that the Watchtower organisation of Jehovah's Witnesses has policies in place that can actually serve to safeguard the identity of child molesters. In some cases, such ones can even retain positions of trusted authority. Watchtower's instructions for dealing with accusations of child abuse insist that there must be two or three...
I think you pressed the red button on the top to record, yeah? You see the counting numbers and the red light flashes, I think. Get off the police and that.
In other words, unless someone other than a child witnessed the abuse, nothing will be done. Parents in the congregation will not automatically be warned that there's a child molester in their midst. The authorities will not automatically be...
We're having a peaceful demonstration against the activities of Jehovah's Witnesses. They cover up child molesters, and they also insist on a two-witness rule, and they allow child molesters to freely go from door to door to try to talk to your children. That's why we're here.
Or not? What should I do? If you suspect a child is being abused in any way, call the police first. They are trained to deal with these situations and will be able to offer proper assistance. And the next time one of Jehovah's Witnesses knock at your door, ask them to explain their policy that hides predators and leaves children as their easy prey. If the accused denies the accusation, the investigating elders should try to arrange a meeting with him and the accuser together. If the accused continues to deny the accusation, the single witness and the wrongdoing is not established. The elders will leave matters in Jehovah's hands.
I'll give you a break if you like, Leon.
It's our policy.
Someone at the door there.
Is there? Jehovah's Witnesses regularly pay out millions in out-of-court settlements so as you do not get to read it in your newspapers.
Emergency. Child abuse has reached epidemic proportions, with some 3 million reports each year, the majority of which turn out to be accurate. And it is estimated that millions more cases go unreported. I think that's quite a statement. I mean, that's something to get up out of bed for in the morning. So, who is knocking at your door? It could be an abuser that's gone unreported. They come to your house, dressly, neatly, nicely, wearing a scarf. They knock on your door with a five in hand, ready to share their knowledge with you and your children. They may seem harmless enough, but you may be shocked to learn that the Watchtower Organisation of Jehovah's Witnesses has policies in place that can actually serve to safeguard the identity of child molesters. In some cases, such ones can even attain positions of trusted authority. Watchtower's instructions for dealing with accusations of child abuse insist that there must be 2 or 3 eyewitnesses to any such abuse. That no action can be taken if there's only one witness. In other words, unless someone other than the child witnessed the abuse, nothing will be done.
We're fed up with it.
Parents in the congregation will not automatically be warned that there is a child molester in their midst. The authorities will not automatically be called unless required by law. And children cannot be certain of protection. Worse still, the accused child molester will still be expected to get involved in the preaching work, which means there is no way to tell for sure whether the witness on your doorstep is a child molester or not.
I'll read some of this.
What should I do? If you suspect the child is being abused in any way, call the police first. They are trained to deal with these situations and will be able to offer proper assistance. And the next time one of Jehovah's Witnesses knock at your door, ask them to explain their policy that hides predators and leaves children as their easy prey.
Go on.
No, you first, mate.
This is from Deuteronomy 18, verse 20. However, the prophet who presumes to speak in my name a word that I have not commanded him to speak, or who speaks in the name of other gods,
turn around and face the other way, then you're doing it to the public, not for them.
Yeah. The prophet must die. And in case you should say in your heart, how shall we know the word that Jehovah has not spoken? When the prophet speaks in the name of Jehovah, and the word does not occur or come true, that is the word that Jehovah did not speak.
Who's knocking at your door?
1914. Watchtower Bible and Tract Society said that generation will by no means pass away until all these things have occurred. That generation has passed away. That generation is all dead. The Watchtower Bible and Tract Society now teach a crossover generation. They had to, because they are a false prophet. Do not listen to them. Their translations were given with the help of a spirit medium, Johannes Grieber, looking your aid to Bible understanding. London Branch Committee was closed down last year because of known child molesters on the committee. The London Branch Committee was closed down because of known child molesters mingling amongst Jehovah's people, taking advantage of Jehovah's Witness children.
Leave matters in Jehovah's hands, hey? If
Jehovah's Witnesses are paying out millions in the High Court. Jehovah's Witnesses are paying out millions in the High Court to settle child molestation cases. They settle out of court so as you don't get to hear about it. Elders amongst Jehovah's Witnesses are taking advantage of little children. Do not trust these elders. They rely on the two-witness rule.
Neatly, wearing a smile, they knock on your door with a Bible in hand, ready to share their knowledge with you. And your children.
The two-witness rule is wicked.
But you may be shocked to learn that the World Organisation of Jehovah's Witnesses has policies in place that
if a little child comes to you and complains that another Jehovah's Witness has interfered with them, do not ask to see two witnesses. Do not phone the legal department of the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society. Phone the police. The police are the experts when it comes to child molesting. Call the police. Do not allow these child molesters to go undetected. Do not move them onto another congregation in secret where they can prey on other little children of Jehovah's Witnesses. Please phone the police. Please break confidentiality. You do not need to be confidential when it comes to little children's lives. Stop ruining little children's lives. Watchtower Bible and Tract Society hack your Facebook accounts. A young elder killed himself. A young elder killed himself because Watchtower Bible and Tract Society was snooping on his Facebook account, snooping on his personal records, found pornography, told his wife. The young man killed himself. Young children are going into deep depression because these elders disfellowship young people for no reason. They make up reasons to disfellowship people. They stop children talking to their mums and dads. They stop little boys talking to their fathers because of the shunning policy. The shunning policy goes against all human rights. You force children to go into deep depression by enforcing that their parents are not allowed to speak to them. Their grandparents are not allowed to speak to them. How can you impose such dreadful torture on these young people? How can you stop a mother talking to her daughter? How can you stop a father giving advice to his son? The shunning policy is wicked. Young men are thrown into deep depression. Young women are killing themselves. The shunning policy is pagan. Watchtower Bible and Tract Society did an article on how pagan excommunication was, and then they said they changed the policy a few years later. They changed it to disfellowshipping. It's excommunication, just by another name. It is not a biblical teaching. It is a pagan teaching. Do your own work. Look at that earlier excommunication, what Watchtower said about excommunication in the 40s and 50s, and then compare it to disfellowshipping. It is the same. It's a pagan practice, like Christmas. You're not allowed to celebrate Christmas and Easter because it's pagan. So how come you can exercise shunning, which is also pagan? It's a bit hypocritical, isn't it? Would Jesus insist if a little kiddie of one of Jehovah's Witnesses came crying to a committee of elders, crying that they'd been interfered with by another Jehovah's Witness? Would Jesus insist that that little crying kiddie have two witnesses? I think not. Would Jesus insist that the little victim describe everything that happened to her in front of these elders on this judicial committee? Would Jesus insist she say where she was touched? How did she feel? What did it feel like? Would Jesus insist on that? I think not. The two-witness rule is wicked. Your elders exercise the two-witness rule because Watchtower Bible and Tract Society tell them to do so. It allows child molesters to keep their identity secret. elders hide paedophiles within congregations. They send them on to other congregations with all their confidential paperwork. Yes, when you was asked to give a new donation, when the new arrangement changed, there was 4 pages to the letter. Only 1 page was read out to the congregation. The other 3 pages were secret to the elders' eyes only. I can tell you what those paperwork said. It said that each congregation must at least pay as much as they are paying at present, and to encourage the brothers to pay more. They are having to collect more money because of child molesting cases against them in the courts. Elders have allowed child molesters to freely frequent Jehovah's Witness Kingdom halls. If you have a complaint of child molesting, please phone the police.